As a general rule, the main character of a story should be active. This means they play an active role in the unfolding story, making decisions, pursuing goals, overcoming obstacles, and things of that nature. However, general rules can be broken, and with that said, I wanted to quickly share 5 great novels that have a passive protagonist, and somehow it still works. The first book is Outline by Rachel Cusk. The main character is practically absent from this story entirely. Instead, the book follows the stories of the people she meets as they tell her about their lives. It's strangely beautiful and wildly innovative, and it manages to deliver comprehensive narrative theme in a book that lacks structure and effectively has no protagonist. Book number 2, Alice in Wonderland. Yes, she chooses to follow the rabbit, and yes, she has some agency, but by and large, this story is something that happens to Alice. I think this book manages to thrive even with a passive protagonist because it's really about the absurdity of adulthood seen through the eyes of a child, and we all know that childhood is an inherently passive time. So despite the surreal nature of the story, it's somehow really relatable. Book number 3, Blood Meridian by Cormac McCarthy. This one is a fascinating example of the passive protagonist because partway through the book, our main character becomes so passive that they effectively disappear. They are still in the narrative, existing among this violent band of outlaws, but he's barely referred to for a very good portion of the book. It's a technique I've never seen used anywhere else, and it works because it's there to highlight the character's disassociation while living this life of extreme violence. Book number 3, Convenience Store Woman by Sayaka Murata. I'll admit this one wasn't my favorite, but it's got a cult following for its status as kind of an anti-story. It's about a woman with no ambition and no real desire for anything in her life besides to continue working in her part-time convenience store job. This book raises really interesting questions about societal expectations and what it means to be content in a world that expects everyone to always be striving for more. And book number 5 is Clara and the Sun by Kazuo Ishiguro. The main character of this book is an android named Clara. She was created to be a companion for humans. Her story is largely passive because she's a machine and she's subject to the whims of the humans who own her. But this story is written in the first person, so we are treated to her internal narrative as she tries to make sense of everything that's going on around her. And those are my examples. Do you have any?